Ahoy again, everyone. It's me, Ron Gabaldon, coming at you from a tiny closet in Little Armenia. I just wanted to send out a video because I'm really excited. I have a big announcement to make about an audiobook that I've recorded and produced for Audible. It's called Daffodil, written by Truant Memphis. I think it's really rare when you're a voice actor or an audiobook narrator that you come across some material that really feels like you are connected to and that you really enjoy doing. It's stuff that's right up your alley. Especially for folks that subscribe to this channel and like hearing Kurt Vonnegut and work that's similar to that. This is right up your alley too. I would describe this work as an absurdly heartwarming, cosmological romantic comedy. I'm sure the author might not describe it like that, but that's how I'm calling it. That's what I'm saying about it. It's funny. It's genuine. It's very sincere, and it's very touching and moving in a lot of ways. I really enjoyed it. It's an exciting book. There's really wild, crazy kind of Vonnegut type aspects to it, concepts of the universe and cosmology. It's very existential in a lot of ways that some of Vonnegut's earlier work was like. So I'm really thrilled to bring this to you, and I'm really excited to make this announcement. And I'm going to put a link to down below in the description for anyone who would like to check out the book. And I'm going to post the rest of this video is going to be a sample of the narration from chapter 2 that kind of gives you a really good idea of what the book is all about. I'd also like to remind people that I still have other books out on Audible available to spend some credits, put some credits into these books. Death Gets a Book by Frank Edler, which is a really hilarious goofball, bizarro comedy about the afterlife. A Death in Toledo, which is a continuation of that universe, a different story set in the universe of death from Death Gets a Book. There's also Catcoin, a fictional history of a cryptocurrency, which is a weird retelling of the history of Bitcoin through the eyes of a cat who becomes the very first physical cat coin. And boy, it's crazy because since that book came out, like, other people have noticed that joke and have attempted to make their own actual cat coins, but not based on real cats, because that's what that book's about. And there's a Haunted Hamburger House, which is on a different platform. I'll put links to all of those down below. And thank you so much for listening and subscribing and enjoying this content. It's great for me to do. I'll start the next year probably with another Vonnegut book. I'm trying to decide between God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater and Dead-Eye Dick. So leave some comments about which one of those you'd prefer to hear, and enjoy your holidays. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been really fun. Daffodil, an existential odyssey through space, time, and a young woman's mind. By Truant Memphis. Narrated by Ron Gabaldon. 2. This is important. Time is meaningless here in my little room. In general, the story I'm telling you happened all at once, at the same time, on different planes of chronological existence. But what I'm about to tell you next is what is happening while I'm telling you this story, while you're reading this story, until the very end. Unless there is no end, in which case what is happening right now will still be happening. You see, while everything else happens in the past, present, and future, what I'm about to tell you is happening in all three at the same time. Make sense? Are you with me? Good. This is important. There are 3 creatures on the run through a maze of hallways. One looks like a ferret, one looks like a human, and the last looks like evil. One creature has the key to the universe's heart. One is trying to destroy the universe, the other is trying to save it. The ferret is carrying a sock in its mouth. Inside the sock is a key. The ferret is being chased by a monster, creature, something evil that I'm not ready to describe yet. The human is hunting the monster. There are other creatures in these hallways as well, searching, hunting, wandering, arguing. This is a crazy place. The ferret weaves in and out between legs, feet, stumps, tentacles, and other appendages used to travel the ground. Evil follows close behind, bashing the other creatures out of its way, a bull in a china shop. The human is also close behind. Not so close as to see the ferret, but just close enough to follow the villain's path of destruction. The hallways are filled with doors through which our 3 players run in and out. Don't worry about where the doors lead for the time being. Just picture an old cartoon-style chase scene with a ferret, a dark-skinned noble hero dude, and an evil monster all running in and out of different doors, one chasing the other until it's all happening so quickly that you can't tell who's chasing who. My favorite was Scooby-Doo. Oh, yeah, the monster has wings. They look like the wings of the flying machine Leonardo da Vinci supposedly designed. Powered by a small crank, the wings are barely strong enough to keep the monster afloat from the ground. The crank is mounted chest high on the monster and has a handle on each side. The monster has a second set of arms, very tiny arms that work furiously to spin the crank fast enough for the wings to flap. These wings are temporary. The monster cast a spell on itself so it could fly inside the maze of hallways and doors. The spell didn't quite work out correctly. The ferret is much swifter than the monster, but, as luck would have it, through perpetual motion, sheer will, and dumb luck use of the many doors, the monster manages to stay hot on the ferret's heels. For much the same reasons, excluding of course the really stupid wings, the human stays close behind as well. Oh, one last thing. If you've never seen a ferret run with a sock in its mouth, well, it's absolutely adorable. They arch their back, run halfway sideways, and sort of hop back and forth from their front to back legs. A little furry war dance. Adorable!